at the end.
Happened in the 90s was recorded before a live streaming audience.
Ba-na-na. We need
Shit.
that. We actually should intro the show with that every day or every episode, Steve. Note to self. Wish I
Happened in the 90s was filmed before a live studio audience.
We gotta get that. That's the quintessential '90s intro to a show, Steve.
Yeah.
We gotta get it. How did we fuck that up?
It's a very special episode of Happened in the 90s. And I think people within our circle could all agree that Artie Lang is a comedic genius, man. And luckily he's still with us, man. And
In spite of everything he's trying to do, for God's sake. It's crazy, man. That stuff, I mean, it's pretty widely known, but yeah, I don't feel like unless you were a Stern fan or you were really paying attention to the few movies he was in, the guy just knocks it out of the park, whatever he does, man. He's so funny.
Everything, man. And do you remember his stuff in Mad TV?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that show drove him crazy, too. I mean, the Pig Baywatch thing, Babe.
That's hilarious, man. And, we throw that term legend around. And I think for me in Artie Lang, I always thought he was funny. But it wasn't until the Howard Stern collaborations that I feel he was cemented as a legend. I feel like that cemented his legend status for me.
Oh, absolutely. Because you got to hear it all the time.
All the time.
Came on and just, even when he was nodding off on heroin, it was some of the greatest content you could ever get. And he also is a very honest dude. Like when he was going through stuff, that's cool too. And I think made him more endearing. But aside from that, I mean, just dirty work. And this movie, I completely forgot about until we were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just killed it, Steve.
Man. And I really don't mess with romantic comedies, but his parts, man, is what made me help get through it. I mean, of course, David Spade too, man. But dude, dirty work. He was in the Norm show. Him and Norm were good buddies. And wasn't he in Billy Madison? Or was that? No, I'm thinking just Norm. Because didn't they have it was Norm and another.
Had a fat guy. There was a fat guy, but it would. I mean, goddamn, if it was him, that would have. It would have been even better. But I'm trying to think of other movies he is, and it's tough because he's never a huge character. But when he is in the movie, I mean, 5 minutes he steals the movie. Lost and Found is a perfect example of that. He's not in it more than 5% of the movie. But that's really what I remember, honestly.
Yeah, he wasn't in a lot. He was in Elf as fake Santa. He was in Old School.
Okay, and these are all cameos too, Steve. And I'm sure you go back and watch them; they're freaking hilarious.
The Norm Show.
I mean, that's where I was introduced to Artie Lang. But I echo what you said about the Howard Stern stuff. It just cemented him, man. So many great moments. He's so good at just ripping on people, taking people and just crumbling them up with words, and also just funny as hell, man. I saw him in stand up when he was on Howard Stern and rocked. And I mean, it was a full on I wouldn't call it an arena, but there was definitely thousands in attendance.
He's so good that he eclipsed the person he replaced. When you think of Howard Stern show now, I think people more think about the Artie Lang as opposed to Jackie the Joke Man. Depending on who you ask.
I think that's a generational. It's there's some age where that's not the case. Jackie the Joke Man also, man. Hot dogs and donuts, get that. But
yeah, he was hilarious.
He was hilarious, but Artie Lang was, I mean, just to be completely, from my honest opinion, he was so much better than Jackie the Joke Man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially with the freaks, man. When they would get a good freak on there, he knew the buttons to push to get exactly what you wanted for a Howard Stern episode.
And I always remember the Iron Sheik interview where Artie is playing like the son of the Sheik, the original Sheik. And he's like, "You stole my dad's name. You a fake." And Iron Sheik is hated. But Artie, man, he was killing it. Oh my god! But yeah, man, Roku remotes, cockroaches, Ric Flair, and Artie Lang. Throw Keith Richards in there. It's just,
it's not good. He'll be alive long after us, Steve.
yeah.
And that's another great thing about the guy now is that still going through a hell of a lot. The guy did some coke that zipped his nose up into God knows what. And he's still out there laughing about it. He's a comedian, man. He knows how to make it positive out of a complete negative. So I hope he sticks around. He's definitely one of the most respected comedians, I think, by comedians. But any movie you see he's in the cast, watch it because it's going to be good for at least that part of it.
This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your drop dead Freds and your right said Freds and use your heart and not your eyes. Baby, just relax and ride. If you got time, then I got time. Yeah, yeah. Free your thoughts and watch them fly. Use your heart and not your eyes.
Steve. Is SW? This is the S and SWV or Steve?
Yeah, we share that S.
I love that.
Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things April 23rd in the 90s. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. Starting off in 1992, Different World is airing season 5, episode 22, Love Taps. Events take a tragic turn at the dorm when Lena suspects a rapper named Dion is abusing Gina.
In a very special episode, Steve.
Very special.
I gotta say, of all the show, I feel like A Different World really tackled a lot of special episodes. There's some shows that did a lot, but they were kind of built for that as well. I feel like.
Hey, that's what made it must-see TV.
Yeah, this is not a fun episode, Steve. This is not a lot of laughs in this, but I dig it. I got to just point out one thing. I don't even know what the nerd's name is in this. The kid that works at the radio station with the ponytail.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about that at some point in this discussion because it's fantastic, Steve.
Oh, you're a fan of the rat tail.
I mean, it's luscious. It's the most luscious rat tail I've ever seen. It's got body. I don't even know if you can call it that. The squirrel tail, Steve. It's something else. It's big.
A squirrel tail. So we start the episode off and everyone's coming back from a rap concert, and one of the students, he's a rapper, his name's Dion, and apparently he's dating Gina, and she's so proud of her man.
He's so cool. Just don't say anything that would offend him. He's Dion's a man, Steve. He's walking around, people are cheering for him. The guy's putting on concerts in college. How much tail is this guy getting?
We knew people like that doing concerts. There was a student, like a group of students that opened up for Luda when we saw him on campus that one time. Nobody cared.
Yeah, you're right.
Where's Luda? Move, bitch.
Where is DTP at?
Yeah.
Where is I-20? Get him on stage. Yeah, but he's walking around getting his propers. And I gotta say, man, Whitley, she's hating as usual. She doesn't get it.
Not Whitley, but it's Lena. Jada Pickett, it's because she was like, yeah, whatever. And Gina's like, well, tell me about you and your man. Oh, you ain't got one. You told her, girl. We cut to that classic theme song, man. The best rendition of it. Aretha.
That's Aretha?
That's Aretha.
Damn, okay. That's gotta be the most star-studded theme song then of all time. Aretha, a diva, certified. Wow, you learn
And it's
something new every
groovy.
day, Steve. Thank you.
Oh, where you come from? And we go back to the student union, and Dion, he's busting out some rhymes, and somebody comes in. He's like, "Hey, man, don't rhymes like that put down the sister." It's the guy with the rat tail. He says that.
Tony, yeah,
Yeah.
it's slick.
But then right after that, a fine honey walks up to us. Hey, could you put me in your next song?
Damn.
Even when Ron comes in, he's like, damn.
Even Phil Hartman from the radio station's like, damn. Yeah, so Dion, he's an artist, Steve. He can't react that he has a chick. So Gina's seeing all this. But I think Ron comes in and is like, he tries to get like a gig with him. He wants to be like his new hype man, I believe.
He wants to be the Don King of the Hillman campus.
But the hype and he shows off in his job interview is not. I'm not confident, Steve.
It's gonna be hip hop hysteria. Woo! That guy with the rat tail, his name's Terrence. By the way,
there we go. I knew it was a T. I was going to say Troy, but it doesn't matter because all you're looking at is the back of that skull, Steve, with that, whatever you want to call it. It's fantastic. But Dion's like, what are you talking about? This music's for everybody. I forget what he says. He's slick, man. This Dion guy, he's got some good excuses.
And in the next scene, Ron Johnson, he's actually getting to that money though, because he's helping Dion sell those tickets. And they're counting money hand over fist. Gina, she pops in and she shows off her ugly ass blue shoes that Dion bought her. And I don't even think she really believes what she's saying because those shoes are hideous. I'd rather walk barefoot.
I mean, what was the material, Steve?
She got some damn corduroy shoes. Where the hell where you find these Amish clogs?
Those are some damn like certified house shoes, just reinforced in some way. So then, yeah, and also we see sort of Dion react because I think it was when Ron like approaches them, and Gina knows, like they talk real quick, and you see Dion's not cool with dudes talking to his woman, even though he's getting hollered at by chicks and. Just going, damn. So there's that. Just keep an eye on that, Steve.
And Freddie, she's actually, to me, the most attractive. I like the curly hair deal, and she's just so progressive minded, always like fighting a cause.
And that's Jada Pinkett.
No, that's Cree Summer, the voice of Penny from Inspector Gadget. Yeah, she's the hippie. She's the hippie of the campus. And she comes in telling the girls like, hey, I saw somebody getting abused. I saw a guy beating a woman's ass. I couldn't pick out a face, but he grabbed her by her hair and just dragged her. But what's sad about it, when she got up and fixed her hair, she fetched after him.
Yeah. So nobody saw any faces, Steve. It's too dark. It was just an ass whooping and clears some domestic violence going on. So basically Gina's like in the background not looking like she's like, oh, that's weird. I don't think that happened, guys.
Yeah. That girl's got to be thirsty, right? And then they press Whitley to hold a conference because I guess she's like the dean of the dorm for the girl side. It's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, if something like that happened, I'd know, right? This is my dorm. I'm the all-seeing eye. It's like, but still, what if it is true? And it's up to you. You're the one responsible for these kind of calls. It's like, all right, we'll have a meeting in the lobby.
I'll do this shit.
Yeah. I
Damn
do
it.
that. I can't do a Whitley.
I do that shit. I can't either. It's
I do declare. Just it's real Blanche Devereaux.
we'll get to it by the end, Steve. I'm gonna keep tossing grenades out. But then we cut to the radio station, Steve, and Dion's in there. He's building up hype for the concert. I get maybe he's a DJ. I don't know. This guy's in there.
They take turns, but Gina, she walks in, and Terrence T, as they call him, like they need a one-on-one, so he has to get the hell out of there. And she tells Dion, like, hey, Freddie saw us last night, but she didn't see any faces. She told everybody. So the word is out there.
And she's like, I mean, stereotypical beaten wife, like, I just don't understand what makes you so mad at me, man. Like saying stuff like that. And Dion tries to play the victim and say he just loves her so much, stuff like that. I think he mentions that his dad is abusive to him, thinks he's a loser because he's a rapper.
No, you're a loser because you hit women.
Yeah. Like, I think he might see something else, bruh.
Yeah.
But he says a bunch of bullshit, apologizes, and he's like, says another stereotypical thing. I'll never do it again, baby.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I'll never touch you again unless it's like this.
So you're like, okay, Dion, maybe he's all right. But then he basically is like, you know what, though? Crazy thing is, you got dudes hanging all over you like that Ron dude, so you better watch him. Like, then it goes instantly back into intimidation and violence.
Yeah. Why do you think I hired him? I want to keep my girl close and my enemies closer. Oh, you ain't got to worry about him. He's just a friend. What I say, bitch?
What? It's on site, Steve.
Yeah.
Listen to Dion or else is basically the vibe.
A switch just flipped.
The promise that thing he said, that started tomorrow, though. He didn't clarify that. He's like, sorry, baby, it's at 10 o'clock tonight. That's when the ass whooping stops. All right.
Yeah, remember that time when I said I do but right and I won't hit you anymore? Yeah, that was 4 seconds ago.
Bitch, why do you overreact so much? Damn it.
Why you counting time, seconds and shit?
Always bringing up old shit. Hold on, let me get back on this DJ. Hey, y'all, we got a new one out here from. He goes right back into his DJ voice.
So I'm supposed to impress you and your skeezer friends? Look, my friends are not skeezers. Oh, so I guess it's just you.
Damn.
By the way, yeah. Who you studying with, bitch?
What book is this book written by a man?
You better not be reading words from another man, ho. Skeezer.
I'm gonna write you a book. This is just an empty pin. This is nothing in this. He just socks her through it. Says that, bitch.
Oh man.
Dion in this piece. And these are all jokes, people, you know.
I was just gonna say this is supposed to be a serious situation, man, and we're already chuckling like not even halfway through.
That's not funny, Steve. What's happening
funny.
is not funny. Dion, the character, though, is a piece of work that we have to make fun of. So it is what it is. We're not mature people. We can't do it.
Yeah, we're a comedy podcast. We're supposed to be.
Yeah,
and,
chill out, everyone.
And now they're having their women meeting, and they're just telling them the basics. You know, reach out if you're in danger. SOS. You know, call one of us. We'll come in and strengthen numbers. All of that.
We'll bring in 6. Put some fists on them. But then Gina shows up, and Lena is like kind of like looking over, and you notice there's some injuries here, Steve. We're noticing a few bumps and bruises.
Yeah, she's trying to hide it, but soon we see that she's got a shiner on her face, and she's lying about the reason why. It's like, I was about to scrap in, and I ran into my desk. I fell into my desk. Yeah, is that
Damn.
desk made out of oak?
I don't know. That desk has a knuckle shape to it, but okay. And
Hmm.
very vague, very defensive explanation of what goes on. Um, and then Lena's like kind of puts two and two together. Like, wait, are you the chick that they were talking about in that meeting? Like, was that you?
Oh, you shut up, girl.
Girl,
You don't know what you're talking about.
you know I don't go outside like that.
Oh, so you don't mind if I ask Dion? You don't think he'd have a problem telling me, would you? Look, Gina, you're in trouble. Look, this is nobody's business.
I told you I bumped into a knuckle shaped table. That's it.
Yeah.
Completely perfect explanation to this.
The desk smell like Kuwata cologne. Somebody,
So they kind of uh, sounds like Dior or something. I don't know. It's
yeah,
crazy. That's just the sanitizer. That's just the
that's
iodine.
that's all that is.
Yeah. So they kind of like Gina goes off like I'm out of here. So Lena's sitting there, and then Kim, one of the other ladies here, that I think they work together. One of the
Well,
characters.
this is the next scene because
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
now she comes into the student union wearing shades, and she comes up to Lena because I guess Lena, she works in the cafeteria, and they're having a back and forth to the point where Gina tells her, "I don't need your stank, your steak, your advice, or your funky attitude." And then she walks off. Kim, she sees this from the distance, close distance, and she's like, what was that all about? Y'all having a spat?" Then she basically comes clean. Lena tells her everything that's been going on. You know, remember what Freddie talked about? Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, and then Dwayne and Ron show up, and they find out the same thing. And doesn't Ron immediately like go and confront Dion?
Yeah, when they see him outside, he approaches them because, like, man, I can't believe I promoted that punk.
Dude,
Dude,
shout out to Ron though. A lot of good Rons. We know a good Ron too. Shout out Ron.
yeah,
But
man. And
this dude is straight up on business, which I like to see in a show. No, they're not like, hey, let's see what's going on. He's like, no, let me go just check this dude real quick. Even though he's
stand,
a good foot shorter than Dion, to be honest.
standing on business. I hear you get off on beating sisters. Says who? Oh, man, you just going off of hearsay. He say, she say. Well, the little one, she's mad because I won't give her any play. And what's the other one's name? Kim. She just mad because I wouldn't give her any play.
Soft ass, little ass, leprechaun ass. Man,
Yeah.
I'm out of here, man.
She like the big long dicks.
Gets me every time.
Let's see how you do against a man.
Yeah, so Ron will throw down, and shout out to Ron, dude. Also, shout out because I think they're bringing this back. Ron's in, so we're gonna get more Ron at some point, maybe in the future, Steve. But back to this time, we go back to the radio station, and Freddie confronts Dion when he comes in to start the show, and she's like, "Look, dude, you're not gonna get away with this shit." Like the word's out, Steve.
and Terrence, you should be careful about the company you keep. So she leaves, and Terrence is like, "Hey, man, is what everyone's saying true? Like, did you really beat the brakes out of Gina? Like, come on, man. You ever hit a woman? Well, when I was 9, I hit my cousin. That's because she kissed me. Well, look, man, growing up, I've learned one thing. Whatever happens between a man and a woman, that's between that man and that woman."
I went over to try to save a chick getting her ass whooped. I almost got arrested. He says some bullshit story like that. And then he's like, Sean Connery's my favorite actor. And he tells me I can slap a woman whenever I want.
Like a pimp. Smack the hole.
Sometimes you just gotta slap a chick. Don't listen to him, Gian. You're the man now, dog.
We're so horrible.
We're
And-
terrible people, Steve. It's all right.
And Whitley, now she wants to talk to Gina. And when she's confronted, Gina's like, Lena, I already know. That's who told you, right? That two-faced skank, bald-headed hoe, G.I. Jane 2 bitch. And I don't know. It's not what you think. Dion is the sweetest, most caring man I've ever been with.
And I know I love him and I don't want to break up with him.
But he loves me.
Whitley is just Whitley is, used to be the airhead, Steve. Now she's like giving on the soundest of advice, and she's like, "You're making a big ass mistake if you think that dude's gonna change." Yeah. He's got ass whooping chicks in his blood, apparently, and you should not sacrifice yourself for this bullshit violent relationship that you're in.
Oh, hold that thought. I think Dion's supposed to be calling me soon. I can't miss any of his calls, or he'll power bomb me.
He raises edge me because I didn't give him the temperature on the TV dinner was off. He choke slammed me into the kitchen table.
God, man. So now back to the student union, and Gina's talking to Mr. Gaines. He always has sound advice. He's like the Wilson or Mr. Feeney of this Hillman universe. And he tells her a story about his cousin. She always said, I don't believe my husband loves me if he doesn't hit me once a week. Well, one time her husband loved her to death, and we buried her last year. Think about that.
And as soon as he says that and leaves, Dion comes in and just tries to get a public confrontation going, which not a great optic to pull when you're the known wife beater on campus, Steve. To walk in and be like, yo, bitch, let's go in the corner and let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah,
chill out, dude.
Especially when you're strong arming her in the student union. Like, no, I totally don't beat women. Come here, bitch. Like Scorpion. Get over it.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I mean, that, when De Niro's got what's her face when they're walking out of the mall and he's like, oh, bitch, I'm gonna fucking. That's exactly the energy Dion's bringing into this 90s De Niro machismo, male on female violence. But everyone in the student union or whatever this building is grilling Dion, Steve.
Rightfully so.
Everybody should be. Somebody needs to get up and do something. Ron's not there apparently, but Dion basically just tells Gina that he's like, "Why are you trying to ruin my life, bitch? Like, what did I do?"
People asking me to refund their tickets.
Yeah, man. Girls are all whispering behind my back when I pass by, like I'm some kind of creep or guy who would punch them in the face or something, like they're scared. That's not cool. Yeah. All for what I did. I love you.
What's love got to do with it, Dion? Oh, see, that's your little skeezer friends getting in your ear again. And Jesus like, look, I think I need to get help. And Dion, so do you. And then she takes off her glasses, and it looks Peter Jackson-ish. It looks gruesome.
I mean, the top joint is coming out, Steve.
Man,
we need to get some ice on that pronto.
Who's
so now everybody,
it
was alleged. It was like alleged stuff. Now everybody sees the result of what this Dion guy is doing. This guy's out here perpetrating some serious violence. So now it's known, and it's not like I was like, damn, this guy's gonna get away with it. No. They're not, because Dion is sitting there, and Terrence, our favorite guy from the radio, shows up. He's like, man, You asked me about whooping chicks and it being not being my business. If you are whipping women or something like that, it is my business. So Terrence stands up to him with that ponytail, and then immediately the cops are there.
Like a sucker, you walk around, and like a sucker, you going down.
Damn, is that Phil Moore?
And now they're going to play some Sonic Hedgehog.
Stop whipping bitches' asses, you piece of shit. Take them away, officer. And that's basically what happens because there's cops there because somebody called in to complain, and they basically are like, "Oh, hey, Gina, do you want to press charges on him?" So hesitation, but she's like, "Yeah, I do." So he gets taken away. He's a known wife beater. He's getting arrested, Steve. Case scared me. That scared the shit out of me. Thank you, audience. You're right. Fuck Dion.
Yeah. And she takes off her kicks because she is too cute to be wearing them ugly ass shoes.
Them shit made color was running off on my feet anyway. I got some kind of weird disease off of them.
Yeah, man. This not too many moments we get or opportunities we get to cover Different World, man. Probably our third time.
Yeah. Good episode and satisfying episode. The scumbag loses and gets arrested.
Yeah, man.
Shoes thrown in the trash where they belong.
Ugly shits. But that following year, 1993, The Dark Half premieres. A writer's fictional alter ego wants to take over his life at any price. Directed by George A. Romero, starring Timothy Hutton, Amy Madigan, Julie Harris, and Michael Rooker.
Hell yeah. Playing a good guy in this. Usually in the 90s, Rooker was pulling some heat on somebody, but I dig this movie, Steve. I like George Romero. I think people know him for the Night of the Living Dead movies for the most part, Creep Show. So I don't even know that I knew he directed this. I remembered this movie because it was played on cable constantly in the 90s. Yeah. But I think of like Stephen King adaptations that were turned into movies, especially if we're like looking at this period of time. This is actually a pretty quality movie, man.
It wasn't bad. It was different.
Yeah, there was a similar movie that Johnny Depp made called Secret Window. That's kind of the same thing where a writer, like, his character sort of comes to life. This is more it's not like surreal in any way. It's like literally his character comes to life, which it's
I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like that movie?
Actually,
it was all right. It was fine. It's not as good as this.
Yeah.
It's just similar. I almost think that they pulled from the same book, but I dug it. This guy who's the main character,
Timothy Hutton.
Yeah. I think he's cool in it. He plays too like a Jekyll and Hyde type dude. So he gets to play like this villain that comes to life.
You know that's the same guy from The Temp, and you hated on him then.
Well, he's good in this, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And Drew.
Being balanced.
I actually have something else to say about another person I hate on a lot later, but he's good in this. Freaking Rooker's good in this. Rooker's character is actually he's a guy like a character in multiple movies that comes up because this is in the Stephen King universe. And a lot of birds, Steve. A lot of birds.
I don't know if that's a Hitchcock inspiration.
Yeah, I don't know, but all in all, I think like when you're looking at 90s, like especially Stephen King adaptations, there was a lot of stuff like straight to TV. And I feel like that maybe was this too, or maybe not, but I don't know, man. I'll give this like a solid 7 out of 10 if I'm rating it.
And on that same day in 93, This Boy's Life premieres. The story about the relationship between a rebellious 1950s teenager and his abusive stepfather, based on the memoirs of writer and literature professor Tobias Wolff. Directed by Michael Coton Jones, starring Robert De Niro, Ellen Barkin, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Great. Another movie about a dude whooping on somebody weaker than him. Great. Not a fun watch, but I gotta say, man, De Niro plays a great this. We were talking about him almost whooping on Melanie in the parking lot. Same energy here. So that might be the same character, younger.
It's worse energy. He's pretty sinister. He played Lewis. He was a oaf. He was just like, he didn't know any better, man. He was a convict, probably read on a third grade level. But this guy, he just he doesn't fight fair. He's actually abusing this child. Yeah.
He's a mean son of a bitch, and he just has it out for this kid. Maybe all kids, I don't know, but yeah, man. And the famous mustard scene where Leo opens a fresh can of mustard. This guy is looking at the old can like, damn, there's still some mustard in this. And I gotta admit, I've thought that times when my wife throws out peanut butter or whatnot. Yeah. But never taking it to this physical level, Steve, because then he's, and it's always that. He'll come in, he'll be like, oh, hey, nice day, isn't it? Did you steal my fucking car, you little piece of? And they start two-piecing Leo, Steve.
Yeah, he's beefing about some toothpaste, beefing about his ice cream. Or did you eat the last scoop, you little piece of?
I mean, dude. And but what I like about this, especially for such like a villainous dude, because the end of this movie, spoiler alert, like basically Leo and his mom got just like come to and vacate, leave this dude wailing like, what about me? What about Dwight? And he's such a bitch, dude. And which shows like that's why a dude beats on a kid, because he's a little bitch.
I will say, though, great performances by everyone, man. Robert De Niro, he was convincing as a scumbag. And Leo, his character made you really fell for him because he was just proud of his environment. It's never fun when your parents divorce. And this was the 1950s when getting a divorce was shunned upon. You were given the scarlet letter. And it was even harder for the women compared to the men. You're looked at as kind of a Jezebel, a homebreaker. But a house wrecker, if you will.
Which is why when De Niro comes in, he's like accepted and almost like given too much authority immediately, because doesn't he just like say like, yeah, I'm going to take this kid and hang out with him take him over to my place for a couple of months or whatever to see if this is going to work out. Like, and just gets him alone and just starts whooping the shit out of him, Steve. This has got to be a nightmare if you're a possible stepchild. Like, this would be a nightmare.
Yeah, well, not too long after they get married, she wants to do missionary so she can look at each other in the eyes, and he's like, no, you're only going to get it from the side or doggy style. That's it.
I don't like when women look at me longingly.
Yeah,
it makes me want to punch a kid.
That scene was tough to watch, man, but like I said, great performances by
and like the physicality in this movie too, because there's a couple of times where like De Niro, and because he's whooping on him, Leo starts fighting back, and there's some straight like crazy fight scenes in this movie that you couldn't tell me if it wasn't real, dude. It looked crazy as hell. So yeah, dude, and there's a reason. Like, I feel like this is one of the things that started showing you that Leonardo DiCaprio was a real had some real freaking chops.
Yeah. And on that same day in 93, Who's the Man premieres. The two worst barbers in Harlem become cops, while a real estate developer forces people out of Harlem. Directed by Ted Demme, starring Dr. Dre, Ed Lover, and Ice-T, amongst others.
We could go down the list, Steve, but it's long and filled with MTV celebs too.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre and Ed Lover called all their friends in hip hop and at MTV. I mean, Colin Quinn's in it, Road Dogg's in it. Who the fuck else is? I mean,
Run DMC.
Dennis Leary was the other MTV celebrity I was thinking of. Dennis Leary's great in this movie.
Ken Ober, the original host of Remote Control. It's got so many rappers. KRS-One, like I said, Ice-T, Guru's in it. It's got Criss Cross in it.
Busta Rhymes is in it. Bushwick's in it. Naughty by Nature's in it. Cypress Hill's in it.
Bernie Mac.
Salt and Pepper. Did you say that? I think you did.
Bill Bellamy.
Bernie Mac. Titties.
I wouldn't let that brother cut my grass.
I don't know, man. It's a great 90s movie. I'm not going to say this is the best movie, but you can just watch it for the cameos. You know,
House of Pain, Heavy D.
Guru at one point has these two at gunpoint. You know, there's just rappers galore in it. Dennis Leary having a stroke multiple times because he hates fucking Dr. Dre so much. It's great.
Yeah, they basically just let Dennis Leary be Dennis Leary. And also Ted Demme, he's the nephew of, is it Jonathan Demme? Yeah, and he passed away. Both of them are no longer with us, but Ted Demme, man, he actually passed from a heart attack playing basketball, and they found cocaine in his system, bro. Like, who does the powder and it's like, hey man, let's play some pickup ball. You're basically like fighting the devil at this point.
Damn, you coming in hot on a pickup game. Some coked up guy shows up just let's play ball, guys. Like that's intense. That's not a great idea. But I can follow logic, dude. You take a GW chalker to the face.
Yeah.
You gotta move around. Why not? Pick up a basketball or maybe not.
Yeah, probably not basketball. But I was excited just to see all these rappers, man. You know, growing up in this era in the 90s, I think we were all MTV kids for one reason or another, whether it's the music videos or the original content, the Beavis and Butthead, Yo MTV raps, and Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. They were a staple in the afternoons in the 90s, man. Get out of school, man, and it's always an interview with a poppin' rapper. And those guys, they helped bring hip hop to a national audience, made it more mainstream. And going to the theater, I never forget this. I went to see this at Franklin Park Mall with my Aunt Stacy, and I'm 9 years old, and luckily, man, I can't believe I still have this in my possession. But after we watched the movie, we went to, I think it was Foot Locker, and she bought me this Jordan hat. I still have it, bro.
Damn.
Still have it, dude.
Hold on to that for the rest of your life, Steve.
It's very early 90s, man.
That's dope as hell. Yeah, I mean, these guys are huge, and they seemed like best buddies anyway. And I love in this movie, like, they don't have fake names. They're just like, yo, man, Ed Lover, you're the man now. Like, I love that about the movie too. It's but I feel like it's not even a spoof. It's just like sort of a buddy comedy movie.
Slapsticky.
Yeah, you know, and I dig it, man. And I gotta get, because I don't usually like Dennis Leary either. Especially just like in general now, but this was hilarious, man. It was like the little that Dennis Leary. Okay.
Hey, that's what made him be known. Well, that and hacking Bill Hicks jokes. But yeah, man, shout out to Who's the Man. But that following year, or in 1995, we would lose American lawyer and journalist Howard Cosell, age 77.
Here I go, down for the count. That's not a good Howard Cosell. It used to be way better, Steve. I haven't thought of Howard Cosell in a long time. Shout out. One of the OG celebrity sports analysts, sportscasters.
You could probably say he was the godfather. Well, I mean, it's not like commentators existed before him, but he was the one, the first, like, I think, superstar of this before Marv Albert, before Bob Costas, you know.
Dick Vitale? Was Dick Vitale?
Before Dickie V, baby.
Hell yeah, though. I mean, Howard Cosell, I mean, how many amazing moments, especially in like Super Bowls and stuff, do you just hear it bumble and stumble, like that kind of like old school? I get it, man. Shout out to Howard Cosell, bro. I didn't know he lasted that long.
Yeah, and not just his football work, but the iconic clips, the iconic moments he had with Muhammad Ali, sitting here with the world champion.
He was. I mean, he was like the world's sportscaster. He was like the GOAT, basically.
They were like, it's kind of like Hogan and Mean Gene. That's how Muhammad Ali and Howard Cosell were.
Yeah, they did have like a cool rapport too. I'm gonna slap you.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Muhammad. I'm fragile.
But R.I.P. to a legend, man. In that following year, 1996, Third Rock from the Sun is airing season 1, episode 16, Dick Like Me. The Solomons, wink, wink. The Solomons come to realize they don't belong to any ethnic group, and Sally meets Mr. Randall.
Mm. Let's rub each other. Weird. She's a dream. That's the unicorn, Steve, for Mr. Randall. Parent teacher conference to meet a stallion like Sally. But that's where we start, Steve.
Sally the Stallion.
Yeah, dude. She kind of is. Shout out. But we're at parent teacher conference day. Tommy, he's the student. So Sally and Dick are there to meet the teacher. He doesn't have time for this. He wants to be out of here. This guy's he's a professor, Steve. He doesn't need this.
He needs to be outside.
And he's like, he sees that Mr. Randall, who's Tommy's teacher. He's like, okay, let's speed this up. You can tell us how good Tommy is, and then we'll just get out. Okay? Because that's, I already know that's what's going to happen. But Mr. Randall's like, no, actually, Tommy, he's having a little bit of trouble right now. He's not fitting in.
Sally don't even care about any of this. Look, this isn't a Mr. and Mrs. thing. I'm Sally. I'm a girl, and totally single. And
he's not mine. Yeah. I don't know that guy.
Dick, you see, he's giving off a vibe. You feeling it?
She's like jumping at the bit, Steve.
As Mr. Randall's talking, she cuts him off like, I couldn't help but notice the thickness of your neck and the broadness of your shoulders, that you would be a great hunter and protector of our children. Well, Miss Sally, there's a school dance. Would you care to accompany? Yes.
Yes, I will. Thank God. So she's got a date, Steve. And I don't even know if they're going to make it there looking at this. She's about to eat him like a snack.
What's a dance?
Uh-oh.
Down. And next scene, we see Sally. She's asking Harry about dancing. Harry, do you know how to dance? Oh, I have no idea. Let's try.
I think it's a built-in function. And he's got it, Steve. He's got the
yeah. Better than Elaine Bennis.
Yeah, but Sally, she's not getting it, Steve. I don't know if she's ever actually used her hips in this way.
You suck.
And then we cut into the living room, and Dick's asking Tommy about what's going on. Teacher says you're not fitting in. What's going on here, man? I mean, it's like you're an alien or something.
Well, it's just that everybody at school is something extra. African American, Asian American. What are we? I don't know. Look, we have to know. It's part of my mission to rebel against my upbringing. I can't work like this.
And Dick's like, this doesn't make any sense. But he's like, I'm going to ask around. I'm going to see what the best thing is to be. And I'm going to get back to you.
Tell people we're Carbo Americans. And now we're in the office, and Dick's trying to narrow down what they should be. He's reading up on the anthropology. So Mary, she comes in, and he tells her, like, now I get why you teach what you teach. This isn't pointless at all.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, gotta get these ranked a little bit better. But then Nina comes in, and she's got like a little head wrap on. And Dick asks about that. And she says something about she's like African or something, or black or something. And Dick's like, oh, I'm just finding out about this race thing. And it's like, oh, all you people look alike. He says something like that. And he almost takes one to the face, but he's speaking about humans, Steve.
Yeah. All you people look alike to me. What do you mean by that? Well, you may see color, but I see people.
And the chicks are like, "Oh, dude, ew. Oh, Dick, he's so enlightened. You're
Yeah.
so cool." Just
Nina says, my heritage is very important to me. And Mary even says, like, mine too. I'm Irish. And you are? Well, I'm one of the good ones. Yeah, I'm certifiable. That's what it is. I'm certifiable. My dad is certifiable. His dad before him was certifiable. So yeah.
and both ladies are like, that kind of clocks. I think he's right. So then we cut to the next scene. Sally's still at it, Steve. She's like Alfie in Day Day. She can't learn how to dance or be taught how to dance. So now Dick's kind of lending a hand.
Harry Dick.
Yeah, Harry and Dick. And he's like, dude, you just got to look at Harry, okay? Observe what he's doing. And now he's evolved, Steve. He's doing the full evolution of dance. He's got a hip hop streak in him now, Steve.
He's doing the Tootsie Roll.
He don't care about nothing because he's all that and a side of fries.
She's frustrated though because she's trying to figure out like how I'm gonna go to this thing with Mr. Randall. I don't know how to dance. She's like, do what you always do, like shoot a tranquilizer dart in his neck and drag him to your place.
Consume him. That's what you would usually do, but she can't. She's got to learn to dance. And as they're kind of like chastising her for this, Dick and Harry are on the same page, Steve. They do a full choreographed little shenanigan dance. It's beautiful, but Sally's just still, she can't get into it. She's out of trank darts, unfortunately, also. So that option's out. And Tommy comes in. He's pissed off. Nobody's buying He's Samoan, Steve. No one gets it.
You know, like that's not fair. So Dick pulls out a book and he's just like, look, hey, let's just pick one. All right. You know what? We're Canadians. All right. Yeah. Hey. Just took a booty.
Yeah. I like that. He's like, let's just pick our race. Like it's a catalog that you could just pick for. A lot of people might like that, Steve, but it's not going to happen. So now we're in Dick's classroom and his anthropological studies are kind of coming into the class. He's teaching math, I believe, but he's like talking to people about everyone's ethnicity. He's like, who's Puerto Rican here? Like just asking questions like that.
Any Puerto Ricans? Well, hey, you, what are you? Dutch. You know what? I love your tulips and your dykes. Any Latinos in the place?
Wait, where my blacks at? He's just going all, and everyone's like, oh my God. And the nerd that's always in this, Pittman, he's like, this is offensive.
Yeah.
But I like Dick's like, Pittman, I'll get to Asian. I'll talk about Asians later.
Yeah. The one chick's like, why are you so vested in this? It's not important. Well, it is important. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Look, what's important is what's on the inside. But then the one guy calls her out like, well, why do you only date attractive guys? Yeah. What about this? This one guy, he asked you out and you told him no.
Pittman.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you said he was too ugly. And Pittman's like, shut up.
I'm trying to forget it.
Yeah. So Pittman, he ain't getting laid, Steve. Come to the car with us, smoke some pot. It'll be all right. But now we cut to Dick and Mary in the office. I love just saying these things about the scenes. Dick, we cut to Dick.
We cut the dick.
Mary's getting some dick.
Mary dick.
But Dick asked Mary, because she's an anthropologist, just straight up, like, let's talk brass tacks. What's the best ethnicity? I gotta know. You're the expert. And she's like, that's not a thing. Yeah. There's things to love and hate about every ethnicity. And he's like, okay, well, what's the hottest ethnicity? She's like, Italians. Like it just comes out, Steve, so naturally.
Yeah, I mean that's what gets her goose going. And very next scene, Dick is on a tiny guitar. Is that, what do they call that?
I think it's called a mandolin, Steve.
On the mandolin, dressed like a Godfather extra. and he's outside Mary's house trying to serenade her, and then the whole gang shows up.
When the moon hits, he's singing the pizza pie song, Steve. That's amore.
Isn't that Dean Martin?
I don't know who sings it. I think a lot of Italians have sang that song, Steve. I don't know if we're going to pin it down to one, but they're pretty loud and proud with it, Steve. And Mary's like, can you guys shut up? And soon it turns into an Adam Sandler flick where you're just hearing random, like, shut the hell up's coming in from everywhere, Steve.
Neighbors are pissed. You hear dogs barking. They actually like come after him. Like everybody scatters. But
oh yeah, they sick the dogs on him, Steve. I love that.
The next scene, we're back in the office, and Mary brings in a broken trombone, and it's like, yeah, I backed over it like 6 times.
She's embarrassed. Also, there's a scene right before this that I just thought was hilarious. That's a quick one and done where Tommy's talking to Mr. Randall, and he's like, Mr. Randall's like, what's going on, man? Like, how you doing? He's like, just not having much luck being Korean. Like, Tommy's just throwing out darts, Steve. And then we cut back to the office. Mary's super embarrassed about what Dick did the other night with the full band. I don't know what Italian mariachi is, but that's what it looked like.
Something
like that. Yeah. And Dick's like, you know what? I'm thinking you might not like Italians as much as you said. So now I'm kind of trying to think about like pulling a Dion here and going a little more intense. And Nina asked, like, when that happened, and Dick said, or like they say, she says something.
She interjects, and Dick is like, look, we're discussing prejudice here, something you know nothing about. And Nina's like, look, I'm black.
That's all she just goes, I'm black.
So he takes a Post-it. It's like, oh, okay, I'll never forget. So he puts a Post-it on her chest, says black.
That's rough. That might actually be a firing. And rightfully so. So then we cut to, I think they're in a closet, Steve. We're trapped.
They're in the bathroom.
Okay, that's what it was. It's not an R. Kelly video. We're trapped in the bathroom. And she's got cold feet, Steve. She still hasn't learned to dance. She's nervous. She's excited. She's moist. She's flushed. There's things happening to her body she doesn't understand.
Don't leak. I don't like it when you leak.
Dick's like, you're going to be great. You're going to be perfect. You know, you're one of us. You're a Solomon. You're going to knock this out of the park. Now go out there and be a girl.
Tommy, he comes in and is like, hey, Sally, your date is here. You got this. So Mr. Randall, he's there with some flowers. They're ready to go.
Not really even caring that she just came out of a bathroom in like a clown car fashion with the whole family. So what were you guys doing in there?
Yeah, it's a very disturbing family. Yeah. And now we're at the dance, and Mr. Randall asks, would you like to dance?
And she won't, Steve. She's like me when a fast song comes on. She's like, I can't. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. But he's like, no, come on, let's go dance. And he pulls her out, and luckily, Steve, this saves people who can't dance. A slow song comes on, so they start slow dancing. Yeah, she loves this.
Yeah, she can do this. And she asks him, can I put my arm around you? Sure. Can I put my head on your shoulder? Sure. Can I put my hand in your pocket? Wait, why? Do you need change?
I need to change my panties.
Do you mind if I turn around?
Hell yeah, this is good. This is getting good now, Mr. Randall.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but if I don't kiss you, my head's going to explode.
And they just start making out in front of kids, Steve.
In front of kids. I think that would be a firing, Mr. Randall.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting, there's not really a lot of responsible adults here, but Mr. Randall's definitely going to get some alien puss tonight, Steve. And also crazy because – doesn't Newman also get Sally? So
later.
the taste, she must just be a chubby chaser, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mr. Randall's not chubby.
No, but I'm
Well,
saying like he
no,
turned her into one. She's like, ugh, I need more cushion.
Newman turned her out. And now we cut to Tommy, and now he's a black blues musician.
Man, this family sucks.
I'm black and I have the blues.
Dude can wail though. Shout out to Tommy for just learning the blues pretty quickly. So
John Cena Jr.
Yeah, you can't even see him, Steve. But he's making a lot of racket, which attracts the attention of Miss Dubcheck or Dubcheck. I forget how to say her name. And now she's in the mix. And they're like, well, what are you? And she's a mutt, Steve.
She's
like a lot of white people. She's just a mutt, which isn't very helpful to them. But she's like, well, I mean, clearly you guys are Jewish. Like she basically says that because she's a racist too. And she's like, well, your name's Solomon. So
I know a Jew when I see one.
I'm throwing some hard J's around here, but they don't care. And now they're actually thrilled. Dick's like, oh, Jewish? Of course. And Tommy's even cool with that because they're still a minority, Steve.
Yeah.
I guess.
Chicks dig minorities.
Yeah, they're into it. Mazel tov. And Dick's he's grateful, Steve. He's grateful to finally have found his people.
Hey, man.
And I think I forget, like Tommy says something or somebody says something about their boyfriend or girlfriend. He's like, are they Jewish? So he's already
yeah, that's when they're on the rooftop because Sally, she's telling him about the night they had. Everything was perfect. He's like kissing. He liked my kissing, except the spitting, biting. But he's kind, intelligent, and sweet. But is he Jewish?
Is he Jewish?
Mm-hmm.
Mazel tov. But this show has never disappointed, Steve.
Never.
Third Rock from the Sun, go out and watch it. Get some dick in your life.
Hairy dick. And also in 1996, SWV would release New Beginning. 'Cause you're the one for me when you need.
What was the song that I dug in this? Soul Intact, Steve. The last one. This isn't the one with Right Here.
Oh, though that's the one.
Banger, Steve. That's the banger of all bangers. But I was listening to this running errands today, getting high, and I dug it. Maybe I got a thing for SWV. And the chick on there's one chicken. Which is your favorite, Steve?
The one at the top of the picture, I think it was Lee. Is it Lee? But the one
in front is mine, Steve.
Well, one of them is married to Eddie George.
Oh,
it's the one in the middle.
Okay. So I'm not insulting Mr. George, especially in Columbus, Ohio. I would not dare. But whoever whichever of SWV is the girl in the front of this album with the white little joint shirt or whatever jacket. She got a big ass head just like me. Love it.
There's Lily. I think you're talking about Lily. Mine is Coco.
But good album, Steve. You brought me to the SWV party through this show. So obviously I have my heart's in the album of that song I was talking about. I mean, it's got a Michael Jackson sample in it, for God's sake.
This is upper echelon girl, like 90s girl group right here. It's TLC, SWV, In Vogue, and you could probably say Escape. That's at least for me, my Mount Rushmore of 90s R&B girl groups, because Destiny Child didn't really come to fruition until the late 90s, but those other girls, they held it down the whole decade.
Hell yeah, dude. Bangers. And like I said, thank you to you for introducing me to these ladies, these lovely ladies.
In 1999, Existence Existence premieres. A game designer on the run from assassins must play their latest virtual reality creation with a marketing trainee to determine if the game has been damaged. Directed by David Cronenberg, starring Jennifer Jason Leigh, Jude Law, Ian Holm, Don McKellar, Callum Keith, Sarah Polley, Christopher Eccleston, and Willem Dafoe.
Weird movie, Steve.
Like a Cronenberg flick, as always.
Yeah, this guy's got some issues. The weird like images he has of like biological things comes up a lot. Especially this one is just in your face, Steve. They're not really even trying to hide it,
and it's gross.
They're fingering holes. They're putting fleshy looking umbilical cords in holes, and there's other things. It's crazy. This is my statement on this movie, that if I was in this world, I'm not playing a video game where you have to get a spinal injection hole put in to plug in some kind of weird fetus into your back. I'm out.
Dude,
I already have $600 for a PS5. I'm out with outpatient surgery. I'm out, Steve.
I couldn't get past that part. You could tell me, man, the new Grand Theft Auto, when it comes out, the only way you could play is if you inject it in your spine. It's like, oh, pass. Think I might be done with video games.
I'll go back to 1. Maybe I'll try 1, 2, and 3 again and avoid. I'll wait till they get past that.
Yeah.
There's got to be a hack somewhere. But yeah, bizarre. Love seeing Ian Holm. The original Bilbo Baggins from Lord of the Rings in this. Love seeing Willem Dafoe in this. Don't love seeing all the weird fingering, all the fleshy stuff.
The gristle gun was gross.
Yeah. And basically what's going on is Jennifer Jason Leigh is some sort of video game designer who's so good at her job. There's people trying to kill her because they think that this virtual reality stuff is going to like be a negative on society. So she's being protected. Jude Law is like also getting involved in the game. Like they have to fix the game, test the game. I don't know. It's confusing, Steve. It's a Cronenberg flick. A lot of fingering of holes if you're into that. And if I'm watching a virtual reality movie, I'm watching Virtuosity, Steve, with Denzel.
Or even Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
Also in 99, Lost and Found premieres. In order to impress his beautiful French neighbor, Dylan Ramsey dog naps her pet Pooch so he can return him and become a hero. Unfortunately, things do not work out as planned. Directed by Jeff Pollack, starring David Spade, Sophie Marceau, Patrick Bruhl, Artie Lang, Mitchell Whitfield, and Martin Sheen.
I don't know. I was like, is that Sheen?
That's random.
Yeah, it was very random, but Steve, this movie's way better than it has any business being. That's all I got to say. I watched it last night. I remembered watching it and renting it and saying the same thing. Usually I like my David Spade comedy with the Chris Farley entree, but I dug this, man.
That was the original plan, but unfortunately we lost Chris a couple years prior because that is like the Mike and Scotty, I think, of the 90s, the 1-2 punch. And unfortunately, you know, one of our comedic heroes couldn't make it. But man, Artie Lang stole the show. I also like John Lovett's part where he's playing like the dog whisperer.
And the creepy uncle. Did you catch that? Because he's Artie Lang's uncle. And then after he does his business, he's like, we're going to wrestle again. Your mom can't stop us.
The old ladies were funny in it. It's got shout out to Marla Gibb. I love me some Marla Gibb and Ray Romano's mom.
Oh yeah, wasn't she in Grandma's Boy too?
She was in Grandma's. She was the grandma of the Grandma's Boy.
It was basically Grandma's Boy in this movie because they're just hanging around smoking cigarettes, playing poker. Like, hey, you fat ass,
you're gonna strip for us? Not yet. He said something like that. Hello, Artie Lang, man. You got some poop smeared on your face. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, dude. He's just a buffoon in it, but so great and saves the day too.
Hey, you remember that one time you told me to get off my ass and like stop being a fat piece of shit? Yeah, that was yesterday.
I I just love like at the beginning, it's just single white female because he's like, I'm gonna just shadow you, boss. You're the best, boss. And then he shows up in his apartment with straight up blonde David Spade.
Why are you in my bed? Well, I couldn't sleep on the couch. So you got in bed with me? Wearing my underwear?
Warm, boss.
Wait, take off my underwear. Wait, hold up. Now, just keep the underwear.
I mean, eventually he's got the whole outfit. What do you see behind you? That might be Artie Lang. I can't tell.
Oh man.
Yeah, but full of fun moments. The French chick, so hot. You
Yeah.
know, she's one of, I'm sure her and David Spade dated and had sex, which I will never understand this guy's sex appeal. But shout out to David Spade for being one of the greatest cocksmen of the 90s, I think, Steve.
Yeah.
That's great for him. One for the funny people. I love that.
For the funny. Bitches like to laugh. And also in 99, Pushing 10 premieres. A feud develops between two air traffic controllers, one cocky and determined, while the other is restrained and laid back, which inevitably affects their lives. Directed by Mike Newell, starring John Cusack, Billy Bob Thornton, Kate Blanchett, Angelina Jolie, and Jake Weber.
In a world with air traffic control.
See,
I love the idea of just a bad boy like rock star air traffic controller that's just got a hot piece of ass.
dude, reading the storyline, I was like, man, I was kind of apprehensive about watching it, but like I actually enjoyed it, man. Billy Bob and then Angelina Jolie. 90s Angelina Jolie.
This is it. This is straight up. I get it. This is where Billy Bob fell in love too, and they started wearing each other's blood on their necks.
If I was him, this would be my favorite movie because of that. Like, yes.
Are you serious? Wait, she's gonna be my girlfriend? You know, he showed up like when they cast her because she was an unknown probably, and he's like, wait, that's okay, yep. And
Well,
she's just like a hooker in the whole movie.
Well, Girl Interrupted had already came out.
Oh, okay. I thought that was after this for some reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But still.
fantastic. Angelina, shout out. Even John Cusack, Steve.
I rocks with John Cusack. But
I would think they would switch parts. John Cusack's usually the funny, like slick dude. And I guess he's played both, but I don't know. I guess an unlikely but good movie. Who would have thought a movie about air traffic control that's not like a crazy like Kurt Russell movie or something where they're like about to solve like a disaster. It's really just these guys like living this intense life, and like I feel like Billy Bob's character is just kind of like the Obi-Wan to John Cusack. He's like, you gotta let go, brother. You know, a lot of that kind of stuff.
In a weird way, Billy Bob, that's right up his wheelhouse, just playing a weird, eccentric character. Because when he gets there, everyone's just kind of like put off by him. John is like, hey, man, we're going to have some drinks and laughs and all of that after work. It's like, he doesn't even say anything. It's like, oh, all right, bro, you're
face
nonverbal.
You see that piece of ace. But yeah, Steve. And I feel like this is a movie that people applaud because of like the dialogue and stuff, which is probably why it is a good movie, which is when you read the byline, you're like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way this is going to be good.
Air traffic controllers? Yeah, sign me up.
Who are the ad wizards who came up with this one?
For real. But yeah, dude, I actually enjoyed it. Will I watch it again? Probably not. But
if I got Tin in the title, I'm watching Tin Cup with Costner and Cheech, Steve, the golf movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Beg to differ because I thought it was that at first. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that. But yeah, it wasn't that. Like,
you gotta go, Tin Cup.
A movie about golf. Let me take the air traffic controllers, please. But what are the callbacks this week?
I said it. We were talking earlier, but I'm getting very excited as a 90s person, as a 90s expert, I guess we can call ourselves at this point, Steve, that much like in the 90s, I feel like fighting games were competing against each other, namely Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat. And we're getting to relive that in movie form because we're getting what I can only say is a dope ass looking Street Fighter 2 movie that I'm very excited about, and Mortal Kombat 2, Steve.
It's same year.
In the same year. I don't remember what the timeline was for the movies in the 90s. I just was in love with both of them, but very excited, looking very positive, at least in what I'm seeing. And yeah, man, dig it. And clearly people like us are running things now, so don't fuck it up. That's it. How about you, Steve?
Well, three things. 92 Cheers is airing Rebecca's Lover, Not. And this one stars Harvey Firestein, where he plays her old bae from back in the day. And she's just so giddy about seeing an old friend, an old flame, that she's overlooking the fact that he's gay. Everybody else is calling it out, like, is anyone going to tell her? Or then eventually, like, he basically has to let her know up front, like, yeah, you didn't pick it apart. What? But yeah, I don't know. That was funny. And 96, Frasier's airing Police Story, and Jane Kasmerick, the mom from Malcolm in the Middle, pops up. She gives Frasier a ticket, and he's like, man, that girl's kind of hot. So he tracks her down because of his dad, Martin, and Jane Kasmerick ends up having a crush on his dad. He's like, dude, I'd kill myself if that ever happened.
He basically says that too. He like catches him and has to just leave. He's like, okay, my life's over now.
Yeah, where do we go from here? In 98, Seinfeld is airing The Frogger. George, he's just so gung-ho about no one beating his Frogger score that he actually tries to steal it from the arcade. And as he's doing that, he gets almost hit by a semi. And the semi hits the Frogger, throws shards of glass everywhere, landing on him. Typical George Costanza fashion, man. Just stumbling.
Frogger! What was your arcade name, Steve, whenever you had to put it in high school?
I think just my initials.
Yeah.
SDG.
MTG. Shout out. If you see Narc anywhere in Northwest Ohio still, MTG's up there, I bet.
It's in that vacated Pizza Hut somewhere. But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister she's not the one for me. She's a skis. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on the podcast, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with Happening in the
90s, brother. Give me some coke.